Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Dianna in the kitchen, and on today's episode we'll be making some curry shrimp pasta, and we're going to serve that with some cheesy garlic bread. Alright, so for the list of ingredients, we're going to need first some ginger, some garlic, some scallions. We also have some red bell pepper and some chili just for extra kick, and also some parsley, some crushed red pepper flakes, some carrots, escallion, half of an onion, the curry of course, and we also have a mixture of seasonings, and this is Cajun, some jerk seasoning, some paprika, some all-purpose pepper seasoning, a pinch of salt, and also some ground pimento, and of course our shrimp. We also have our pasta, and we're using penne for this one, and we're using evaporated milk. And if you don't like evaporated milk, you can always use whole milk, or if you're lactose intolerant, then you can use some soy-based milk or substitute it for maybe coconut milk or any milk you choose. And for the cheesy garlic bread, I have some homemade garlic spread, and this is just some butter that has 2 cloves of garlic in it and some parsley. And we also have our cheese, which is a mixture of Parmesan, Monterey Jack cheese, and also some mozzarella. And for the bread, I'm just using some sub rolls for this one, but you can always use baguette if you have that at hand. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is to boil the pasta, and we're just going to somewhat boil it according to package directions. For this, it's 11 minutes, so I'm only going to be cooking it for 8 minutes. And to do that, we're going to need some boiling water, and I already have that going here, so I'm going to put this to boil, and after this we're going to season the shrimp. Alright, so just make sure the water has a reasonable amount of salt in it, but not too salty. Alright, so we're going to cook that until it's al dente, so about 8 minutes thereabout. Alright, so while the pasta is going, we're just going to set all the other ingredients aside and season our shrimp. Alright, so to season our shrimp, we're just going to take everything that's in this little bowl. Alright, so dump it all in. And we're just going to mix this. Just mix until everything is incorporated. Alright, so now that we have everything mixed, what we're going to do right now is just to set this aside for about 5 minutes, just to let the flavors infuse in the shrimp for a little while, and then we'll start sauteing. Alright, so while the shrimp is marinating, we're going to prepare the garlic bread. Alright, so I already have this one cut. But all I did was just cut lengthwise down the middle. Okay. There you have it. So I'm just putting this on some foil to make it easy to clean up. And all we're going to do is to spread first. Spread the butter. Generous amount of cheese. Just make sure it's distributed evenly. reserve about this amount, about quarter cup of this for the pasta itself. Alright, so the next step is just to top with some red pepper flakes. Is just to transfer it to a baking sheet, and I lined it with foil just to make cleanup a little bit easier. Alright, so this is it, and what we're going to do right now is just to place it in a 350 degrees oven for 15 minutes until the cheese is completely melted and the bread gets a little bit firmer. And while we're doing this, we're going to start working on our shrimp. Alright guys, remember to check on your pasta. And this is al dente right now. So what I'm going to do is to throw off the excess water and reserve about a quarter cup for the pasta. Alright guys, so we're going to begin working on our shrimp. And for this, you're going to need about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. And just have that heated. Be careful now. Alright, so what we're going to do is to saute the shrimp for about a minute per side. So just a minute per side. Saute a minute per side because we don't want these to get rubbery. And this right here, we're going to reserve this and we're going to add it to the pasta water for later. Alright, so these are going. And make sure your flame is on medium, high to low. Alright. Alright, so these have been going for a minute, and just flip them over. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is just to take them out from the pan. You can put them on a separate container, like so. Alright, and we're going to allow this to come back up to temperature. So this oil, the same oil we're going to use to burn our curry, because at this point right now it's infused with flavor. So we're going to allow it to come up to temperature and we're going to add our curry. Alright, so you're seeing this. This is what we're looking for, and we're going to add our curry right now. Right, so to this, we're also going to add the garlic, the onion, and the thyme. And we're just going to let this burn off on low heat for about 2 minutes. But continue to stir for about 2 minutes, because at this point the garlic won't be burnt when you continue to stir it. So we'll just have jam-packed flavors. Alright, so continue stirring. And I'm using Indian curry for this recipe. Well, I always use Indian curry for my recipes, because to me it just gives a different flavor. It's jam-packed with everything, including the garam masala, so it also has a little bit of a kick to it. Alright, so this has been going for about 2 minutes at this point. And what we're going to add next is our carrots, or onion, sorry, and escallion. We're also going to add the carrots. Alright, and if you see where there is not enough oil to saute the vegetables, all you have to do is just add another, maybe a half tablespoon of oil. And continue to saute until the onions become translucent and the carrots become a bit softer. Alright, so we're just going to leave this like this for another 5 minutes. Just stirring occasionally. After which we're going to add our bell pepper and our chili. Alright, so it has been 5 minutes, and what we're going to do right now is just to add the bell peppers and give this a quick mix. Alright, and it's also time to add our reserved pasta water. Alright, and we're going to allow this to come to a slight boil. Alright, so now that this has come to a slight boil, what we're going to do right now is to add our cream. And I'm not using too much, just about 1/4 cup. Alright. Just continue to stir. And right now we're going to taste. Alright. I see where this needs maybe a pinch or 2 of salt. Alright, so just get a fresh spoon and taste again. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to let this continue to simmer for about 2 minutes before adding the cheese. Alright, so this is exactly where we want it, and we're just going to add our cheese right now. It's not a lot of cheese because we're not making mac and cheese for one, and at the same time we don't want the cheese to be too overpowering. We just want to have something that is enough to bind everything together. Alright, so we're going to add our pasta. Be careful. And just stir. Alright. Oh, that's looking good. And remember these? We're adding these right now. And we are just stirring everything to combine. You can always top with some more cheese if you want, but the only thing I'm going to add right now is just some parsley. And we are done. Alright, so just to make it a little bit pretty, we're going to add a little bit more pepper flakes. And at this point now, we're going to also remove the garlic bread from the oven. Alright, these are looking good. Alright, so everything is complete. We're going to plate up and we're going to serve. And guys, if you have persons in your family that's allergic to seafood or shellfish, or you yourself may be allergic to shellfish or seafood, what you can do is just substitute with chicken. All right, but if somebody else in your family does not eat shrimp, let me tell you something. Do not deprive yourself of something you may like. Just try it. All right, go and try it. All right, so we're just going to slice our bread right now. Yes. Or maybe diagonally, just for it to look pretty. And this meal can easily feed 4 persons. Alright, so we're going to plate up right now and serve and show you exactly what the finished product looks like. There you have it, guys. Alright, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course, click the post notification bell so you'll get notified every time I post a new video. Until next time, this is Dianna in the kitchen, and thank you so much for watching.